Good evening. I'm here today to talk to you a little bit about one of my biggest pet peeves, and that is when a company provides a service, for example, Fios television, and then that service goes out. The thunderstorm comes through or something like today, and I've not had Fios television now for going on 2 hours. I understand that happens. Services are not invincible. They're not impervious to the weather. They're not impervious to, the things that happen in life. What bothers me, though, about it is that the companies that provide these services, especially old-time phone companies like Verizon, like AT&T, they don't seem to think that they have any responsibility except for to just get it back up and running as quickly as they can. And of course they do have a responsibility to get things back up and running as quickly as they can. But what bothers me is they don't seem to put any effort into telling you that there's a problem. So if your cell phone isn't working, or if your television goes out, or if your internet goes down or whatever, you're just supposed to sort of know. I spent probably a good solid half an hour resetting a Fios box and resetting the router and making sure that everything was okay on my end before contacting support and finding out that, indeed, Verizon Fios television is just broken. Come on guys, my internet's still working, send me an email. Send me an email and say, hey, Fios TV is down, we apologize for any inconvenience, we're going to get it fixed as soon as we can. Secondly, after they let you know, and you put up with the inconvenience of not having the service for a period of time, you should get a discount automatically. You shouldn't have to call them up and beg for a discount. If you pay however many dollars for Fios television in the month, and it's down for, say, 6 hours, you do some math and you divide the two, and then you come up with this percentage of the month you didn't have the service you were paying for, and therefore we're reducing your bill by that percentage. I shouldn't have to pay for service that I'm not receiving. Right now, I'm not getting Fios television. Why should I pay for a month of Fios television when for part of that month I didn't have it? This goes for everybody. When AT&T's wireless network goes down, which is more often than not these days, unfortunately, the customers who are inconvenienced by that should get money back or should get discounts from their bills. The same goes for anything where you pay a flat fee for a standing service. So this doesn't apply necessarily to electricity and to water and to gas, because with those things you're paying by usage. When the electrical service is off, you're not using any electricity, so you're already saving some of the money that you'd be paying. Now, granted, they should pay for, all the food you lose when your fridge, when all the food in your fridge spoils because the power's out for a week. Those kinds of things. But for the service itself, I'm fine with those. They're off the hook. But when it comes to something where you pay a flat rate, you pay $60 a month for 2 lines on a cell phone service, and for part of the month you don't get that service, then for that part of the month you shouldn't have to pay. You should get that percentage of the money back. To me, this isn't rocket science. This isn't anything particularly complicated. I just want these companies, all companies, to behave in an honorable way. An honorable person and an honorable business wouldn't take your money for a service that they had not provided to you. If they are providing you a service and you've entered into a contract and you're paying your bill and you're doing what you're supposed to do, and they don't provide the service they agree to provide, then they shouldn't charge you for that period of time, for that segment of service that you didn't get. And don't get me wrong, I'm generally very satisfied with the level of service that I get from Verizon. I use Verizon for my wireless phone. I use it for my television service for Verizon Fios, and I also use it for my home internet service through Fios. And I'm very happy with all three. But despite that, despite my overall happiness with their service, it really annoys me. It really annoys me that they aren't proactive with, refunding money when they haven't provided the service that they're supposed to provide. They may be better than the competition because there are fewer outages. This is the first Fios TV outage that I've had since I became a Fios customer. But still, you treat your customers right. You don't charge them for service you don't provide. And you let them know when things are going wrong. I mean, just be forthcoming and honest and honorable. I really wish that companies across the board would put a little more effort into being honorable, into treating their customers right. Not just providing a good service, that's important. Providing a good wireless network is important. Providing reliable internet service is important. But, we're not robots. We're human beings. Treat us like human beings. Let us know when things are going wrong, and we'll forgive you. Don't charge us for service we don't get, and we'll like you better. And we'll recommend you to our friends, and we'll be very happy with you. If I were a business, if I were operating a company, that's how I would operate. I would never, ever charge people for a service that I didn't actually provide to them. That's just me, though, and apparently a lot of these companies have different ideas. Until next time.